Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for spending this half hour with us to talk about Parents Empowered.
Tiffany Clayson from the DABC is back to wrap things up. And Tiffany, we've seen the Parents Empowered campaign in action. We've learned that strong disapproval by the parents is very effective in keeping kids from drinking underage. And we've seen some of the harms that alcohol can do to adolescent brains. As we wrap up tonight, what are the takeaways that parents can have from this discussion, and what can they do right now?
Great. I think it's important for parents to know how much influence they actually have with their child, and that it's so important to bond, set boundaries, so bonding, boundaries, and monitor with your child, starting at that age of 9, like we talked about, all the way through their teenage years. And it's never too late. If you already have a teenager, they're past the age of 9, it's never too late to start. One of the best ways you can bond: having a meal with your child, eating breakfast with your child, having conversations in the car. Look, we're all over-programmed. One of the easiest ways you can bond with your child, if you're really busy, are our Chit Chat cards. So this is a parent deck and a children's deck, and the children take from the parent's deck, vice versa, and it's a really no-brainer way to ask one another questions.
This is from Parents Empowered?
This is from Parents Empowered. And for folks that either can't get access to our cards, or even better yet, we have an online version of these cards at parentsempowered.org. But for instance, what's your favorite story about someone in our family? And so that is what would be asked, and then you have the opportunity to answer that, and vice versa. I play these with my children. We keep a deck actually on our dining table, and so at breakfast, my son, who I was saying is almost 10, loves to play this. Ask me questions about, you know, my childhood, his father's childhood. It's just a really good conversation
It's an icebreaker.
Yep.
Conversation starter, like you said. I have 3 children myself. Bob
has a few more than that. But
Bob has 18 children, and it is tough. And this
somebody
can be
help
tough.
her up off the floor, please.
I think those starting with these fun questions can develop into something so much more. And like you said, it's about that bonding.
Example. Let's talk about example. I mean, we ask our children and we encourage them not to drink underage. How important is the parent's example in making sure that doesn't happen?
I think modeling really good behavior is very important. Having the ability to have that modeling and mentorship is really important for your child to see. It's just as important as the bonding, just as important as setting the boundaries. And I think an example of a parent is just putting in the time, setting a good example, keeping those lines of communication open, building that trust.
Yeah. Quantity time is quality time.
It is. That's right.
Great information. I really enjoyed this conversation. As I go back to my 3 children, you're 18 tonight, tips that we can take, because look, no matter where you are, where you're living, what your status is, we all deal with it as moms and dads.
Tiffany Clayson from the DABC, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
And thank you for watching this Fox 13 News special report.
Be sure to keep your children from drinking underage. It is so important. Their brains are so valuable. We hope you're successful in this quest. QuickCast is up next.